Hey photographer, I am so excited to be comparing two beginner 35mm film cameras in today's tutorial. This video is broken down for those who are just starting out in film photography or those who are interested but intimidated. I love teaching and I love shooting on film, and so today if you're looking for an easy to understand video covering something technical like film cameras, then you're in luck. Today's tutorial is made possible by our sponsor KEH Camera, where I actually purchased my Minolta from about a year ago. They probably have the world's largest inventory of film photography gear and for buying and selling used equipment. They do quality testing on all of the listings so you know exactly what you're purchasing, unlike buying from strangers on Facebook Marketplace, Instagram stories, or Craigslist. Check out KEH Camera, linked down below. I will also have my discount code for 5% off of your purchase in the description box below.
Hey everyone, Jessica Whitaker here. I'm a New York City based photographer. Today I'm going to be bringing you behind the scenes on a little tutorial where I share the differences between the Minolta X-370 and the Canon AE-1 camera. Both camera bodies have their corresponding 50mm lens on them. We have a Canon 50mm and then a Minolta 50mm 1.7. We're about to hop into the video. I hope that you enjoy, I hope that you learn something. And I also will have a discount code for KEH Camera linked down in the description box below.
I wanted to share with you how I load film into both cameras. So we're going to turn on the Minolta and then we're going to set the ISO, which is using this dial in the upper left hand corner of the camera. It's really important to set the ISO and you match the ISO to whatever the film reads. We're going to pop the back of the camera open and then we are going to feed the film in. I'm using Portra 400. It's a fairly simple process once you have it down, but I do recommend practicing loading and unloading the film as many times as you can before you start working with clients. The Canon camera is a very similar process. The only kind of big difference, to me at least, is that the ISO is adjusted using the dial. We pop open the back of the camera just like we did with the Minolta, and if you want a more step-by-step tutorial on how to load the film exactly, much more detailed than this voiceover, I'll link a video I did a few months ago in the iCard as well as in the description box of how to go about that. But it's a very, very simple process. You just have to practice it. Now that our film is loaded up, let's head out onto the streets of New York City and start shooting. Starting out with the Minolta, one thing I love about this camera that I think makes it a fantastic option for beginners is that there is an automated light meter when you look inside the viewfinder that will suggest what shutter speed you could set your camera at, take the guesswork out of it, and it doesn't feel as intimidating. All you have to do is set the aperture. Going up against the Minolta is the Canon AE-1 35mm camera. Now, with the Canon, when you look through the viewfinder, it will suggest what aperture you could use, whereas the Minolta suggests the shutter speed. With the Canon, we're sticking with the same shutter speed of 250, the aperture is 2.8, and of course the ISO is 400 because we're shooting with 400 film. We move into some closer up shots of Rosa where I really want to highlight this beautiful golden hour backlighting and incorporate some lens flare into the shots. So I moved Rosa up closer to the sun basically, and I am shooting at a lower angle where I can get that lens flare just because the sun was still pretty high in the sky and I wanted to kind of see how the lens flare would look on the two different cameras. I'm going to be sharing lots of side-by-side comparison images throughout this whole video, but I love the way that the Canon was able to handle that lens flare and backlighting. As you can see on this side-by-side, the Canon just looks so much smoother. The Canon just looks so much more romantic in a way, a lot softer, at least in the backlighting. We're We're gonna do some direct sunlight portraits, and while I'm shooting, I wanna talk about the price point with you all on KEH for the two bodies. Now this is the bodies, not the lenses. The lenses come separately. The Canon AE-1 is about $84 in excellent condition, and KEH will grade the different listings available so you can pick between excellent, excellent plus, bargain. There's a lot of different options at various price points. The Canon AE-1, like I said, is about $84 in excellent condition. The Minolta x-370 is about $56 for excellent plus. So there is a bit of a price difference between the two bodies, but they are both under $100. They're actually both under $90. To me, it will just come down to price point and which camera you prefer, with not only the comparisons, but if you're going to be relying on the automated light meter, if you would like the aperture or the shutter speed determined for you. Personally, I like the shutter speed determined for me in the Minolta.
On the path, everyone, even Laura, there's a little brick. We respect the environment. So we're gonna start out with some torso and then full body again in the full shade. I'm gonna do 4, and then my shutter speed, we're gonna switch between 250 and 500 on the Minolta, and then we're gonna do that same setting on the Canon. Beautiful. Match your settings. Okay, so we're gonna do the same settings on the Canon. We're gonna start out with 250, and then our aperture is gonna remain on 4, and we're gonna work from 250 to 500 to 1000.
Here's the Canon that we are getting ready to shoot on, and I have to say, the Canon just felt so much smoother. I don't know if it's just oiled up more than my Minolta. However, because it was so smooth, it made using the focus ring and focusing each of my shots take a little bit longer than, say, the Minolta.
Rosa, and I'm gonna have you stay like that just for like 2 minutes because I'm gonna do a bunch of settings. Okay, so for this shot, I'm gonna start out with 2.8. Lean forward just slightly for me. Yeah, actually lean back a little bit more forward. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. So just like that. 1, 2, 3. Stay like that for me. Same setting, we're just gonna do a wider. Same setting. Perfect, Rosa, beautiful. 1, 2, 3. 2.8 and 500. And everyone, we're still on the path. What if we even bring this guy in front of your eyeball? Hold like it from here. Yeah. And then turn. Okay, yeah. Okay, really cool with the light. Okay, I'm gonna shoot this one on 1.8 500. Okay, stay just like that. 1.8 1000. Again, we're gonna shoot wide open, and this time we're gonna do 250. Okay, so since we have this beautiful kind of golden light coming from here, I'm gonna have you to keep your face that way. Yeah, we're doing 2.8, 250. Beautiful, Rosa. Stay just like that. That's, yeah, I love bringing the little shoulder up a tiny bit more. Okay, yeah, perfect. 1, 2, 3. So now we're going to unroll the film, y'all. The Minolta, we have the arrow points. Hear it release in a second. Doesn't feel as tight, that's interesting. Pull up. All right, everyone, that's the video. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that you're encouraged to go out and try film photography. All the information about KEH is linked down below, as well as all of the gear that we used in today's video. And don't forget, I do have a discount code for you all linked down in the description box below. Be sure to subscribe for more photography tutorials, and so that you're the first to know when a new video for your business comes out, because I make them every single week. And if you can't get enough here on YouTube, I also have my Instagram where I'm able to pour into your business on a daily basis through Instagram stories and also live photography Q&As, where I can have more of that one-on-one experience with you all by answering your specific questions about your specific business. And also, for those starting out in photography, I have another incredible free resource for you linked down below. It's called Build and Bloom. It's my online photography Facebook group where you can come and enter into an encouraging space to be able to ask questions about your photography business, receive critique and feedback, and just kind of have more perspective outside of my own when it comes to photography. So my Facebook group will be linked down below. It's free to join, so why not check it out?